Another interesting matchup, as there are many interesting matchups throughout this tournament, and they're only going to get more interesting as the event progresses. Making his way to the ring right. Boys get bigger and the punches get stronger. 81 preliminary round, but he's stayed quite active since. He was the AIBA Junior World Championship participant back in 2006. He was also in Milan in 2009 at the AIBA World Championships, where he lost to Roberto Castillo from the Dominican Republic 4-2 in the second preliminary. He grabbed third in the 2010 Asian Games in Guangzhou Province, China. And more recently, he grabbed the silver, second place in the Asian Championships in Incheon, Korea earlier this year. So both boxers have been to this event before. They know what it means, except this time the stakes are higher. This time the stakes are filet mignon. This time the stakes are not T-bone. It is the London Olympics that goes the victor of this bout. Bošnjak in the red corner, Fang Long in the blue. And in a minute into this round, we see a steady pace. Both boxers are lean and mean. Bošnjak throws a left hook, sails over Fang Long's head. Fang Long, boxing in the southpaw style, throws a jab to the body. There's another jab to the head by Fang Long. A chopping right hand by Bošnjak. And now Bošnjak leads. Now Bošnjak standing in the southpaw style as well. A lot of these boxers seem to enjoy the flip-flopping from southpaw to conventional. It's rarely a technique that is recommended. I mean, at the highest caliber and level of boxing, perhaps it can be effective. But most boxers that employ that tactic ends up being more for show than for effectiveness. There's nothing more effective than just boxing in the most fundamental of styles, using your jab, using your high guard. Effective power punching, straight and short punches is always the name of the game. And now Bošnjak throws a left hand that sails over the head of Fang Long, and Fang Long and him tie up in the center of the ring. And the lunging Bošnjak comes forward, and Fang Long is able to deflect that rush. And now Fang Long has Bošnjak up against the ropes. They lock horns, and a nice chopping left baby hook by Bošnjak on the break. He's definitely the more physical of the boxers. He looks like the shorter, stronger boxer, does Bošnjak, but that's never a guarantee one way or the other. Use your physical tools. Chopping left hand, that one sent, the left hand by Bošnjak sent him to the ground, but that was more of a slip and certainly ruled that way by the referee. A lunging right hand there and a left hand by Bošnjak. You can't leave anything for chance, not at this level. This is Castle Chalice, pulling your action here at the Heydar Aliyev Sports Complex in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's the 16th World Championships for AIBA. Over 650 boxers from around the world have converged on Baku in the last 2 weeks to participate in this tournament, all with their eye on the prize, the 2012 London Summer Olympics. The victors at this point on, this is this round of 16, the victors get a slot at the London Olympics, as well as advance to the semifinal round of this tournament. Competition will continue to pick up. It is an elimination style tournament. Every boxer you are watching today and here on forward has eliminated at least one, and after today 2 boxers to get here, and in some instances 3 or 4. It's quite a logistical challenge for the organizers of this event with so many boxers and so many weight classes. Certain times boxers have gotten buys to get through a round or two. That could be based on the matchups. That could be based on their world rankings or other previous accolades that they've received that have granted them such a license. But now every bout is on even footing, and each boxer has to earn his way to the next round. We are exactly halfway through this first light heavyweight bout between Bošnjak from Bosnia and Herzegovina in the red corner and Fang Long from China in the blue corner. And a ripping right hand by Bošnjak misses its mark. And now Bošnjak pushes forward, presses the action, and he clods over Meng. And Meng hits the canvas, but he's back up quickly. And there's a little roughhousing going on there, some chin pushing. A little plexing in the center of the ring. And Bošnjak continues to try and figure out a way to answer the great defense, the spatial awareness of Fang Long Meng. Rarely has a boxer progressed to the highest levels of either amateur or professional without a strong and learned jab, and Meng would be well to get inside the long-armed wheelhouse of Meng Fang Long. You can see some action from round number 2 as both boxers meet in the center of the ring there. Starting to really pull away here and show his pet. And as we begin the third and final round here, Fang Long pushes his opponent off of him. And here comes Bošnjak. And again, they lock up. Getting a little sloppy in here. Both boxers seem to be content with locking up in the middle and throwing one shot at a time, also known as pot shotting, and actually trying to really mix it up and throw combinations. You can understand why that may be the case for Fang Long, as he's got a strong lead going into this third round. But as for Bošnjak, it would seem that he needs to figure out a way to start landing those heavy punches. Get inside, use his footwork, cut off the ring, bang to the body of Fang Long, and try and end this one with a surprising come from behind knockout victory. Can Bošnjak do it? There's that bull rush, that lion's right hand that he seems to claw in there, but it's just not really landing. It's not even coming close to landing, and as a result, it's unlikely to do it, but you never know. One punch is all it takes. There's the manly art of self-defense. Just over a minute to go here in this third and final round of this men's light heavyweight bout. And now Bošnjak punches himself to the ground by practically jumping off his feet, throwing himself off balance, and at the same time getting a caution from the judge for turning his back. A lunging BoKS comes forward, but to no avail as Feng Long continues to lock horns with him and tie him up in the center of the ring. Whenever BoKS tries to lunge forward, Meng does a good job of just tying him up. Either that or escaping, as he does there, by going back into the side and therefore keeping BoKS off balance for pretty much most of the fight and never really being able to plant his feet and get a steady anchor, a foundation from which to throw his punches, is why we have the score that we have thus far. And that's it, folks. That is going to do it for this bout. It's now in the books. Meng Feng Long likely to BoKS Feng Long, and it is. China